Mark Dubin, Dubin Realty, week of February 8th, 2019. So last week I complained a little bit about the rain, which I feel bad about, but my yard looks great, so I'm happy about that. But this past week has been absolute paradise. Weather in the 50s, 60s, 70s, sunshine, unbelievable. So for those of you who might be watching this up north, best time in the world to come down to Florida and explore our real estate and our wonderful town. So the sunshine's back, we're happy about that. So in the town of Juno Beach, you probably see, if you're in town, you see a lot of digging going on some of the streets. And what that is, it's one of the last sewer projects that's being done in the town. And there's also a little bit of conversation with the residents about the New Palm Beach area. It's the last part of Juno Beach that will be sewered. It's been proposed by the Loxahatchee River District. And so they're sort of forcing people within a year to hook up. At the last council meeting, there was a lot of discussion from homeowners, a concern really about the cost and the interest rate to finance the project. So the town was discussing whether there was any money available or could raise money or allocate money to help some of the residents pay for the project. That's under discussion, but there was quite a bit of that at the council meeting. Planning and zoning, as I mentioned, had a meeting, and there basically was a joint meeting between P&Z and the town council to go over the comprehensive development plan, or the zoning plan, which sort of delineates residential to commercial, and a little technical, but they got together to make sure they were all on the same page in terms of what was happening. So that was an interesting part. So what's coming up in Jupiter, which is cool, is we've got our annual Mardi Gras in Abacoa. It'll be Saturday the 16th through Monday. It's a wonderful event. It draws a ton of people, so get your parking figured out. Traffic gets slowed down back there, but it's a wonderful event. A lot of local and regional artists come out and really share their wares, so great time, and the weather should be gorgeous. The other big event is the Jupiter Seafood Festival, which is January 23rd and 24th. It's another wonderful event. I'll talk a little more about that as the weeks go by. And then upcoming this Saturday, so I think this will probably be seeing this Friday, so tomorrow on Saturday is the Palm Beach Paddle Fest. It's an awesome event. There'll be a couple races for paddle boards. Shout out to Steve Bernstein, one of my cycling buddies' husband. He's a stud out there on the paddleboard. So Steve, if you're watching this, good luck. I'm sure you'll be racing. But it's a good event to be had by all kids. There are exhibitions. There's sample paddleboards you can try out. And of course, always food. That's going to be held at Harborside. So that's a couple cool things going on and happening. What's happening with real estate? So look, it's only been a week, but I do want to discuss a little bit of a trend. So basically, the summary is there's 220 properties for sale, which is an increase of 8. Their one house went under contract, which again is just a week. There's nothing closed to report on. There's been 9 expired listings, 10 properties temporarily off the market, and 15 have been canceled. Now that last statistic was since the beginning of the year, so it's about 5 weeks. But what's happening, the mood in the market is this. It's still a good, robust market. There's still a lot of buyers out there. But what I am sensing is that a lot of the new listings are being overlisted. It's not a decrease in value, but it's simply people overpricing their listing. And what's happening is some of them are getting stagnant. We're starting to see a little bit of price reductions and a little frustration from buyers and probably sellers. So look, that's just a message. If you're thinking of selling, consult with an agent that specializes in your market. Look at comparable sales, not comparable active listings when you're getting ready to price your property, so you can price it right and it will sell quickly, because there's still a lot of buyers wanting to come down and enjoy paradise. So Mark Dubin here. Thank you for joining me. There'll be more to come. Thank you for everyone who has said they've enjoyed what they've watched, or they've liked it or commented. Thank you. If there's anything you want me to share, if you'd like to join me on the camera one of these days, if you're anyone that has anything you'd like to share, just give me a holler. I'd love to have some guests. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next Friday.